Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing further in this chapter called Nutrition in Animals. So today's topic is the stomach. So we all know stomach is an important organ of our body which helps in the digestion process. Now let us see. So this is the diagram that we have already seen in our last class also. So this diagram is very essential to understand each and every part of this digestive system or the digestive process. So today we'll be discussing the stomach. So this part is called the stomach up till here. From here it starts up till here. This is the stomach. So let us begin. The stomach is a thick walled bag. It is very thick. Our stomach, the walls of the stomach are very thick. Why it is thick? Do you know that? It is thick because here some very reactive, or you can say the different kinds of digestive juices and the hydrochloric acid, which is very corrosive in nature. So if the walls of the stomach are thin lined, then it might penetrate. So as a result of this, the stomach walls are very thick. So we'll come to that later on. Now the next point says that its shape is like a flattened U, and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. It's like a U, not a proper U, but a flattened one. It's like a curve, you can say. And this part is the widest part. The width of this part is the highest or the largest, you can say, in the alimentary canal. In the whole alimentary canal or the digestive tract, this stomach has the widest, you can say. Now next, it receives food from the food pipe at one end. You can see at one end, as soon as this food pipe ends, the stomach starts, the stomach region, you can say, and opens in the small intestine, and then it ends in the small intestine. Although the small intestine is shown here, but it is interrelated with the stomach. Clear? So this stomach has two ends. One is the food pipe, another is the small intestine. Now let us move on. The inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juices. Already a while ago I have said you that these are very reactive in nature, as a result of which the walls of the stomach are very thick. And as well as this hydrochloric acid, mucus, and digestive juices are all secreted by stomach itself, from the walls of the stomach, the inner walls, you can say, inner lining. Now the mucus protects the lining of the stomach. Yes, mucus. What is mucus? It is very important because it helps to protect the inner lining. Obviously, if this much reactive things are going on inside the stomach, then the stomach also needs to be protected, or else it will penetrate the stomach walls. So mucus helps in that. Now the acid kills many bacteria that enters along with the food and makes the medium in the stomach acidic. This hydrochloric acid is very important not only for the digestive purposes, but also it helps in killing the bacteria. In our food, even though we boil our food and eat it, but there still are some bacteria which are present in the food. So these bacteria get finally killed by this hydrochloric acid. And since it is a hydrochloric acid, so definitely the medium or whatever is inside our stomach, it is totally acidic in nature. That's why during acidity, when we face acidity, what we do is that we take a base, that is some kind of you can say basic solution, which helps us to reduce the, like the meal of magnesium. It helps us, it is a basic solution, So it helps us to neutralize that acidic nature. Now moving on, the digestive juices breaks down the proteins into simpler substances. Here, not only the proteins, but as well as many other complex substances like the carbohydrates, fats, etc. are also broken down by these digestive juices. There are different kinds of digestive juices. Not only the stomach secretes these digestive juices, there are also other organs which secretes some of the digestive juices that helps us in the digestion process. We'll come to that in our upcoming slides. So moving on, next is the small intestine. Now you can see from the diagram, this is the small intestine. After the stomach ends, the small intestine starts. You can see this is connected with the small intestine. The stomach is connected with the small intestine. Now the small intestine is highly coiled and is 7.5 meters long. So although the name is small intestine, but it is definitely not small, it is very large. You can see 7.5 meters long. Can you imagine? It is very lengthy, you can say. It's very long, the small intestine. So it is coiled. Obviously we have to make it in a coil, because if it is straight, then 7.5 meters long is very huge number, you can say. So it is coiled inside our digestive system. Now it receives secretions from the liver, the pancreas. Besides, its wall also secretes juices. As I told you, not only the stomach, but there are also certain other organs like the liver, the pancreas, and as well as the walls of the small intestine. They also secrete some digestive juices. Now next is the liver. We all know where is the liver. This is the liver. Liver also helps in the digestive process. Now, the liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. Why it is called a gland? Because it secretes some digestive juices. So we can also call it as a gland. It is situated in the upper abdomen. This region is called the abdomen. And in the upper part of the abdomen, this is the lower part of the abdomen. And it is situated on the right side. Although in the diagram you can see it is on the left side, but this diagram is a mirror image. So if you see for yourself, then this will be on the right side and this is on the left side. Clear? So it is on the right side. Even though the diagram seems to be on the left side, but it is on the right side. Clear? Now, it is the largest gland in the body. This is the largest gland. Now, it secretes bile juice. As I said, it is a gland, so it will definitely secrete some digestive juices, and the name of the juice is the bile juice. And where it is stored in the gallbladder. It is like a sac. It is like a sac, and the name of this is called gallbladder. From here, the liver secretes bile juice. Now, the bile plays an important role in the digestion of the fats. Bile mainly is used in the digestion of the fats in our body. Bile juice is used. So moving on, next is the pancreas. So where is the pancreas? You can see just below the stomach and the liver. You can say this is the pancreas. Now the pancreas is a large cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. So it is just below the stomach. Now the pancreatic juices act on the carbohydrates and proteins and changes them into simpler forms. We already came to know that the liver helps in the digestion of the fats. And then who digests the carbohydrates and proteins? These are digested by the pancreas through the pancreatic juices. Now next is the partly digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where the intestinal juices completes the digestion of all the components of the food. Whatever complex food substances which are not digested by the stomach or by the liver or by the pancreas are now digested by the small intestine. whatever is left behind, which is undigested. These are now digested by the small intestine, because we know small intestine walls also secrete some digestive juices, or you can say intestinal juices. Now the carbohydrates gets broken into simpler sugars such as glucose, fats into fatty acids and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. These carbohydrates, which are being broken down by the pancreatic juices, you can say, are broken into simple sugar, which are known as glucose. In the case of plants, you can call it as starch or glucose even. It's the same thing. But we're discussing about human digestive system. So it is broken down into simple sugar, which is known as glucose. We all know glucose is very essential for our nutrient for our body. Then fats are converted into fatty acids and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. So these fatty acids, glycerol, amino acids, these are the simpler substances, and carbohydrates, fats and proteins are the complex substances. This cannot be directly used by our body. It has to be broken down into simpler substances. Only then our body can intake those substances for carrying out our life processes. So in today's video, this much only. So I hope you all have understood this. You can go through your textbook. You can learn how to draw this digestive system, because this is very important. If you have a clear idea of this whole system, only then you can easily understand the theoretical part of this digestive system and how it works. So that's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day.